Mighty Beanz with a Z, because we're cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think most people my age remember Mighty Beanz in the back of their heads because like their designs were just like so crude and like bleh, puke flavor, just designs of just especially the commercials. The commercials are so in your face.
Mighty Beanz, so many too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I never got them. Like, I never asked my parents to buy them for me. I never really wanted them when I saw them in the store. They just kind of were there. I was 9 at the time when Mighty Beanz came out, and like, I was the perfect demographic for Mighty Beanz. There's no excuse for it. They fit perfectly into the toy genre of like Beyblades, Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bullseye Ball. Also, I had Bullseye Ball. Bullseye Ball was not fun. It sucked. It didn't help me make friends. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't extreme. You just took these like little metal balls and just bounced them onto this mesh trampoline thing. It made me feel like poor skee ball. Marketing to kids back then must have been the easiest thing in the world because you just showed something on TV and we went, yeah, we want that. That must be super fun. I mean, I know I did, but like Mighty Beanz, I think I vastly underestimated how many Mighty Beanz they had. Not gonna lie, Cars Mighty Beanz? Was not expecting to see that. I didn't even know there's Pokemon. When did they make Pokemon? 5 beans for $85. Way back in 2002 in the land down under Australia, Moose Enterprises created Jumpin' Beans. Jumpin'. No G, because we're cool, not losers. But in 2003, Spin Master acquires them. You know Spin Master, if you don't think you do. They're the ones that always had the TV commercials, you know, Air Hogs, Kinetic Sand, Tech Decks. Should I do a video on Tech Decks? Anyway, John Spin Master, you know, the owner of Spin Master, obviously. Spin Master out here seeing how successful Jumpin' Beans are in Australia is like, we gotta have that. But also like make the S a Z to show that we're cool and edgy. All right, so like, what even are these Jumpin' Beans or Mighty Beanz? Like, what are they? Mighty Beanz! I don't know who Maxwell is, but we can't forget Maxwell. Maxwell's beans are just as important. Just get them out there. So most people, if they're gonna buy some, you know, random toy that they're never gonna play with ever again for a video, most people buy like, I don't know, like 2-3 packs of these, maybe like 10 beans in general. That's what a normal sane person would do. That's not what I did. I got 133 bean. Look, if I'm gonna know what Mighty Beanz are, I might as well like fully commit to doing this. Also, they came with these weird little track things. I think you're supposed to like just like put them in here or something. It's funny seeing these because I've never actually seen a Mighty Bean in front of me before. Like these guys, I've never seen one of these. And this is exactly what I thought they'd be like. To be fully honest, I'm not even gonna pretend like I spent tons of money on this because you could just scour eBay and find giant lots for like dirt cheap. I think I got the majority of these, like 120 of these plus these 2 thingamajigs. I got them for like 15 bucks, like in $13 plus shipping. I want to be a hater. I was really expecting to see these and just be like, wow, these are cheap, plasticky pieces of crap. And don't get me wrong, I don't think I would have ever paid full price for these because like this collection probably at MSRP back in the day, this person had to spend well over like $150, if not $200 on all of these. But if I'm a 7-year-old and I'm seeing my friend like pop out a bunch of these from my pocket, I'm gonna be like, dang, I think I want one of these. These are kind of cool. There is something oddly satisfying actually though, unironically seeing all these lined up together and just like, look at this. This is my little army. This is my little army that I made. I bought these with my adult money at the age of 31. If I was opening up packs back in the day, I'd be like, dang, I'm not fixing these. I'm not fixing these. Your whole point of these is collecting them because you want to open up a new pack and you want to, you know, get whatever ones in the series you don't have and collect them all. And I understand why to this day people still collect them. What I don't understand is what do I do with these now? This is just my thing. Is this what I do? Is this fun? Are we having fun now? I was in 3rd grade when they came out and like we were still busy playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or at least attempting to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards because we were 9. How were we supposed to understand? Also, I feel like a main reason for that is because we weren't allowed to have Mighty Beanz in school, so we couldn't bring them in and trade them and play with them there. Come here. There was a reason for that. That was all because John Spin Master's master marketing plan. Step 1, get kids obsessed with Mighty Beanz. Step 2, get them so obsessed, they're playing with them in school, causing a disruption. Step 3, get them banned publicly, which will spread from school to school. Step 4, kids being kids hear about these awesome cool toys being banned from schools. Step 5, ask mom and dad for said toy you've never heard of because it must be cool. It's banned, that's how cool things work. Step 6, profit. The plan was so successful, they made 40 million of these plastic bean things in the first year alone. And it's not hard to understand why. They want them to be super collectible, so they release a bunch of series and iterations of them. How many exactly? I mean, at launch it wasn't that many. Only 5 series of 60 to 70 beans each. To like 310. And I know 310 doesn't sound like a lot, but like I don't think you're fathoming how many that truly is. And that's not even including the collabs. Oh yeah, there were collabs, all right. Yeah, it's not exactly hard to convince IPs to let you make plastic bean characters from their franchise when you're doing numbers. First of all, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Marvel, who had multiple series, Pokemon, they got Pokemon. You know, that multi-billion-dollar media company? The Simpsons, even NHL All-Stars? What? You took the least popular of the 4 major sports and said, this is the one we're going with. And I don't know if it's because Lego was doing a thing with the NBA at the time, because that went so well. Actually, I don't even know if it did or didn't do well, because I had a bunch of the NBA All-Star sets and all of the basketball cards. Also, I feel like I remember seeing like Shaq or like some of the players in the movie. I'm already finding these guys on the floor everywhere, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. In fact, I woke up last night and 2 of them like flew off the bed. I don't even know how they got there to begin with. I actually just want to like look at some of them because some of them are legitimately very cool. And you're probably wondering like, okay, there's so many of these here. There's so many. Are any of these rare? But Mighty Beanz does in fact have its own rarity scale. Yes, people will pay, I want to say top dollar for some of these, but like, I don't know, what's top dollar, like 35 bucks, who knows? But like there are Mighty Beanz that are in fact like, you know, 1 in 100. It's hard plastic. I can like throw this around. There is a metal BB. Like one of my favorite things about these designs though is like they have a top and they have a bottom. Here we have number 29, Zebra Mighty Bean. The Mighty Beans were like the fat, but look, you got little ears and you got little feetsies, and they're cool designs. Some of them are cool designs. Some of them feel like there was a lot of thought process put into them, and other ones they don't. Like, but there are some cool ones. There's like very animal-based ones. And there are people-based ones. The monkey ones kind of throw me off though. I don't know. So we got Pirate Monkey Bean, which is number 93, and we got Rasta Monkey Bean, which is 91. I do appreciate that they labeled them out because like the fact that they labeled them out means I can look them up pretty easily. It's funny because when I was first looking at all these, I was hating on this thing. I'm like, I don't understand what the point of this is, but like playing with it now, this is just oddly distracting. Makes me realize why they were banned from schools. Because this noise is annoying, and I could probably do this for like 2 hours straight. One of the biggest things I appreciate about them, looking at them, is that it doesn't feel like they really mailed it in with any of them. Like, they all have individual designs that are pretty cool. Like, none of them are the same. Maybe not none of them, but like the majority of these guys are not the same. Like they look very different from each other. You know, some like thoughts and some detail went into making them. Like it wasn't just a haphazard, oh, we're just gonna throw something together. Like there were the artists that made these, the people who made these Mighty Beanz and these designs put a lot of love into them. Although some of these, I don't know, you're number 81, Fu Manchu. Where we go with here? What was the thought process here? Because I don't know about this one. Well, you know, at least I can just put them in my cool carrying case. Just there you go. You think people at the bar are gonna think I'm cool for having my Mighty Beanz with me? Like they're all in here. Like they're all.
No.
I'm seeing the future and it's looking beans. I gotta stop doing that because I'm losing tons of these. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Sales actually plummeted after the first year and they were cut in 2006. I am shocked. You're telling me crackhead little kids with like the attention span of 5 seconds weren't entertained with these for more than 5 seconds? Insane. After their hit 2004 Game Boy Advance game, Mighty Beanz Pocket Puzzle? This didn't keep their attention? No, but like seriously, this can't just be it, right? right? Those wacky Mighty Beanz have jumped out of your pocket and invaded the Game Boy Advance. Now they have split apart and are all mixed up. You have to help them become whole again by matching the right top with bottom. And you're wondering why 8-year-olds weren't entertained by this. I'm shocked. But don't put on those funeral clothes yet, because in 2010, Mighty Beanz were back. They rebranded. Hopefully they don't go overboard this time, test the waters first before they go crazy. Or they could release 5 series and 540 beans. Why don't you work? It's not even including all the collaborations. Star Wars, Marvel again. I mean, a Yoda Mighty Bean? How could that possibly fail? But think of all the cool things you could do with it. You better not let me down this time. You better not let me down. Yeah, no, they did not do great after a few months. Oh, come on! Well, did Disney's Cars or DC Superheroes at least help in 2011? No. Then in 2018 and 2019, they released 2 more series of 280 beans! And even a Fortnite Mighty Bean set, which you can still buy. You can still buy them, and this is before Fortnite was like massive to the levels it is today. Oh yeah, don't worry, in 2019 they were canceled again. For now, at least. There was one thing, though, that I always thought was really cool about Mighty Beanz, and that was the tracks. Now, the tracks weren't nearly as easy to find on eBay or the internet as the beans were. And I think it's because like so many of them came out like in the early 2000s, so they didn't really last as long. The beans, you just keep them, they're here. But like the tracks have a bunch of pieces, whatever it is. And it's not that they didn't exist, it's just I'm not paying $120. Although the gravitational one, if I found that one, I probably might have actually paid that. That was a really cool looking one. But on the plus side, this is the other half of like the $50 I paid for. The smart thing would be to look up what this even looks like, but I'm not gonna do that. I think this is the air pump things. Yeah. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We're cooking with fire, boys. What are you for them? This is the slammer track. This is so cool. Oh, you're gonna get way on. The one thing I will say about Mighty Beanz is I think the tracks that they create are so cool, and they had to be. You know why? Because what else do you do with these beans, honestly? I guess I smush these things, smush these, and they go off. The beans race down the track, and that's it. We're thinking number 50, Brushing Hippo Mighty Bean, obviously. And then number 70, Alien Bean. So let's just pop these boys in here. Why do I waste my money on such stupid things? All right, let's try this again. Let's like full force, just like full send this thing. You can't actually use your main beans for this. There's no way. Just slam that thing down. All right, and it gets stuck. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. We're learning. It has to be the fat boys that do this. This has to be the big ones. Okay, real race. Let's go. And you gotta use actual effort to do this. Like it's not like, oh, what's in it? No, you gotta slam that thing down. If I use that much effort for these guys, will it work? Like those just. Well, I'm a little disappointed by this one. Well, I guess the only thing left to do with these guys is have a tournament on. All right, boys and girls, today we have a fantastic matchup. We have number 22, Puke and Pug versus number 90, the Night Bean. And they're gonna be taking on the dreaded slamming time race. Now, how does this work? The 2 beans line up right there. They get launched up there with air, have to come all the way down to the dreaded, I don't even know what it is. It's a scoop thing. It's a scoop thing. Whatever it is, it stops someone, slows them down, following the track down, going around the turn with 2 arrows. Oh, the dreaded arrows. They move, and then to the end where we'll see where the final victor is. Drama happening with the Pug and Knight fighting it out, with our final victor being the Knight. This kind of just sucks. This sucks. Which brings me to like my next point of like, no, we're done.
What do I do now?
In the era that Mighty Beanz came out, collecting was the thing to do. I mean, granted, collecting has always been a thing, or else we wouldn't have, stamp collectors and coin collectors. But in the late 90s and early 2000s, collecting was truly at its peak. Pokemon, Beanie Babies, Beyblades, Bionicle. I understand why these guys exist. But with that, I also understand why Mighty Beanz failed. 3 times. I understand why any kid would see them and want them. The problem is, there's no exterior media to go with them. And that alone, in my opinion, is one of the biggest reasons they failed. I mean, because like once you have them in your hands, what are you supposed to do with them? What's the catch? What's gonna keep you going? People love Pokemon for more reasons than they're just cute. There's video games, there's trading card games, there's a show, there's a manga, there's things that go with it. And then Beanie Babies just failed. That's also why Beanie Babies failed. Mighty Beanz, they're a novelty. Like, they're cool. I'm gonna put them on my shelf after this, but it's mostly so the dog doesn't eat them. I don't know if I'm really ever gonna play with them ever again outside of this video. And that's why when I saw them for 99 cents at Toys R Us back in the day, I never really wanted them. But clearly, I also wasn't the only one that felt like this. But in other news, does anyone need some beans?